Welcome to Confident, Calm, and Clutch Car Ride Conversations. I'm your host, Valerie Alston, and I'm here to help parents and young athletes spark meaningful dialogue about mental toughness, resilience, and confidence. Whether you're headed to practice, a game, or just running errands, this podcast is your go to for building stronger relationships and lifelong skills, one car ride at a time. So let's dive in. Today's topic is all about why do you play sports? And what do you hope to accomplish through sport? Now, it might seem like a simple question, right? A simple topic. Why do you play sports? But it's important to understand that everybody has a different why. Sports are a big part of many kids' lives, but taking a moment to think about your individual child's reasons for playing sport can bring a lot of clarity and purpose to the athletic journey. And for parents, being able to understand your child's why can really help you support them in meaningful ways. So for them, whether it's about having fun, maybe competing, making friends, just getting physical, going out in nature, doing something, maybe they want to learn leadership skills or build skills for the future. But understanding your child's individual motivation can really help strengthen the bond between you and your athlete, but also make sure that you are not inadvertently putting your own hopes and dreams onto your kid who is maybe playing for very different reasons than you. So I know for me, the reason I started playing sports was quite frankly because I was a younger sibling. So I had a big brother. And I can remember pretty much, I'm 2 years younger than him, since the age that I have memories, we're just following him around and doing whatever he did. And so he was playing T-ball. So of course I wanted to play T-ball. He used to take taekwondo when he was young, and then I wanted to take taekwondo. All right. So my initial reasons for starting sport was simply to do whatever my brother was doing because that was cool at the time. But of course, as I got older, my motivations changed. Right. And when I was in later elementary school, I discovered softball. Right? And until that point, I pretty much played everything from whatever season it was in the youth calendar. I played that. So I grew up playing soccer, Little League baseball. It's actually where I started. Shoot, I'm blanking now, but I know I did a lot of things. Okay. Whatever was in season, swimming, tennis, all kinds of stuff. All right. So it's very normal for kids at a younger age to really just want to sample and try stuff because they're experimenting, they're exploring, they're trying to figure out what makes sense for them. And so, especially as parents, really making sure that whatever reason your child wants to try something or get involved is try to honor that, right? Now, as they get older and your time becomes more precious, maybe they want to narrow down their interests to maybe one sport or a couple sports. I know for me, once I hit in elementary school, I used to dance. I did tap, ballet, jazz, all of that. And I did softball and all the sports. And for me, what happened is in my kind of really fifth grade, sixth grade, I started to get very much involved in travel softball. And at the time, that was like a big deal. It wasn't local. You had to go all over the place. And our national tournament was always in the summer. And when I danced, when I was doing dance, the recital was always at the same time. And what my parents basically had to do is, Val, you got to choose. Like, we can't obviously be in two places at once. And so for me, it turned into dance was just no more because I had way more fun doing softball at that time in my life. And so as I got into middle school, I started focusing primarily on softball. And so I had a period of time where I was really only doing one sport because I didn't really have time to do anything else. But then again, it changed for me again. When I got into high school, I realized that I was burnt out isn't the right word, but I was nearing burnout, right? Because all the only activity I had done outside of PE classes up until that point was softball. And so when thankfully for me, I went to a very small private school for in high school. And just due to the nature of me being a good athlete, I had the opportunity to pretty much walk on to any of the varsity teams, to go play any sport I wanted to. And in the late middle school, I had taken we were doing volleyball and I realized I really liked volleyball. And so when I was going into high school, I tried out for volleyball. And my goal for playing volleyball was just to go have fun. I knew I wasn't going to be the best player. Shoot, I'm only 5'6", so I wasn't going to have the physicality that I needed to play that sport particularly well. Not well. You could play well at any body size, but to be dominant. But it's not why I was playing, right? For me, volleyball was just for fun. And also my freshman year, I decided to play soccer. And then with travel ball, softball, and all of that. I ended up giving up soccer because my schedule was just too busy. But for the rest of high school, I maintained my participation in volleyball and softball at school, in addition to my travel softball team. And so for me, my motivations changed also in high school to volleyball was purely just my fun, go blow off steam, go have some fun. And softball became a lot more dedicated towards earning a scholarship. So again, my motivations changed for playing. None of that is good or bad, right or wrong. You might find your child is going to naturally start to specialize isn't the right word, but pick the thing that they have the most fun doing or get the most enjoyment out of, or something that they're like, you know what, this is the thing I'd like to get good at. That's normal and that's good. So really, the whole topic of the conversation here is that the why you play your sport is going to change over time. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for this current moment in time, knowing what your why is. So everyone's why will be different, but recognizing that personal motivation for your athlete, for the kiddos listening to this, is really important because it helps you stay focused on the right things and what matters to you. So as parents and even coaches, having a shared understanding of why the kids are actually playing will really help you set your expectations as the adults, making sure that they're realistic and that you're not getting unnecessarily frustrated. Because if your group of kids or your child is purely playing for fun and they don't actually care about being elite at that thing, they just want to go and have a good time. They like the sport, but they don't want to devote hours and hours in getting better at it. That's okay. But if you have different expectations, that's going to create some tension, right? Today's topic, what I'd like you all to discuss on this car ride, is simply your why. All right. So a couple of quick reminders for the rules of the conversation. Again, there are zero wrong answers, no wrong answers. Make sure you take turns, talking and listening. Minimize distractions, put away those tablets, those phones. And remember that you can choose to listen to the whole thing and then answer the questions at the end, or you can pause after each individual question. All right. So here are your discussion questions for this car ride. For the kids, why do you think your parents have encouraged you to play sports? And then for parents, at some point, share your real answer. Why did you encourage them to play sport? Or did you? Did they choose it on their own? Athletes, question number 2 is currently, for you right here, right now, why do you play sports? And in particularly, the specific sport that you're driving to at the moment, what are you enjoying most about it? Okay. Why do you play this sport and what do you enjoy most about it? Parents, if you have a sport past, what sports did you play and why? What did you love most about it? If you didn't play sports, that's okay. What I'd love to hear you discuss with your child is what do you love about watching your kid play the current sport that they're playing? Okay. Number 3, what do you think you can accomplish through sport and how can I help? And so this is a question from the parents to the kids. What do they want out of sport and how can you help? Okay. And then together, I want you to discuss our 4th question of the day. Are there any changes that you would want to make about your sport experience to make it more enjoyable or more meaningful? Whatever's more relevant to you. Okay. Is there anything that as a family that you would want to do to make the experience better? And if so, what are those things and how might you change it? All right, that's our car ride conversation for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, hopefully this conversation will help you get on the same page with each other, become more confident, calm, and clutch for playing that sport. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe to the podcast so that you never miss out on a moment. And of course, share it with your fellow parents and coaches who do you think would enjoy these conversations. And please join my newsletter at www.confidentcalmclutch.com/newsletter for more exclusive tips, tools, and updates. You could also, if you're interested in getting a more thorough understanding of confidence and being calm under pressure and being clutch in pressure situations, you can also check out my book, Confident, Calm, and Clutch: How to Build Confidence and Mental Toughness for Young Athletes Using Sports Psychology. And of course, links to both of those will be in the show notes on this page. So I'm excited. I hope you have some great conversation. And together we can help young athletes thrive in sports, school, and life. I'll see you next time.